Good morning, everyone. Didn't have the campfire yet, so we saved the wood for tonight, for night 2 out here at Ocean Pond Campground. What a nice day, sun's out. I have been doing my best to keep a positive attitude about the fridge, and I do have some updates from some phone calls I made yesterday. My updates are that the fridge does not cool at all with propane or electric. However, the fluke inside here, when it's fired up for propane, it is literally fired, flamed, and it gets hot on that side. Back behind here, this pipe right here that runs up this 3-inch whatever colander right there is hot to the touch. Physically working. The fridge is just not cooling. None of this, it's all just cold to the touch pretty much. Not hot at all like it should be. So what I said yesterday was that I called the Camping Worlds here and in Panama City, and they gave me ridiculous time frames for a diagnosis. However, one company in Panama City did give me some good news. They can see me in 5 days, which is about 45, 50 miles a day to get there. And to make that appointment, it's going to take them all day to just do the diagnosis. And if there's a part, like if the control board's out or the entire cooling system needs to be replaced, it could be up to another week. And then, of course, I have to factor in the fact that, well, are the parts and the labor even worth it? Or do I just need to buy a new fridge? And where I'm going with this is I'm like, that is a huge expense on the road. I mean, hopefully a refrigerator is going to last a decade after it's brand new, but we're just going to have to wait and see. I just can't really say anything until we get to Panama City and I get a diagnosis. I will say it definitely feels like life on the road has changed. I mean, we have no way of keeping food. We had to throw away all of our food, and if we were to get more food, we would need to buy a cooler, and then we would need to be in a place where we could physically buy 10 pounds of ice a day in order to keep that food fresh for the next 5 days. And I think as an emergency situation, that's just what we're going to have to do. We're just going to have to get a cooler and live the ice life and not be out in remote places like this where we can't physically find ice. So I'm a little deterred from the fridge going out, but there's not a whole lot we can do in this situation. Almost every RVer out there knows what it's like when your refrigerator stops working. And all I can do is hope that it's something minor. Like I said, the refrigerator is still trying to work. It's just not cooling. So, alright, so the project here today is to replace the kitchen faucet here. Reason being is it has always leaked ever since I have owned this thing, despite how many times I have tightened up all of the connections underneath, and here you can see it's still wanting to drip. Just when there's pressure, either the water pump or a hose hooked up, it leaks all day whether the valves are turned on or off. This is the original faucet, I'm almost sure, in this RV, and the left side here also leaks from inside here. It's a constant upkeep to put a towel, wrap it around here, and always clean up all of the water that goes up here. So I went on to Amazon and got a new replacement faucet that I will show you here. This is the replacement faucet I got on Amazon for about 30 bucks. It's still polished steel. I believe this is a little higher. It gives me a little more room than the existing one here, so that's cool. And it is unique to RVs because from this handle to this handle on center is 8 inches. Obviously, I did not want to drill new holes and put in a household version here. I wanted to just swap it out. Unlike the shower system that's in the bathroom when I replaced the nozzle in there, they're pretty much universal half-inch connections. You do need to get a special RV one that has 8-inch to fit into the existing holes. Inside the box looks pretty basic. Pretty much the same thing. It's not really light plastic. It feels kind of heavy. And then there's that. Okie dokie. So the first thing I need to do is empty out the bottom compartment underneath the sink, because we are probably going to get a lot of water buildup in here. So everything comes out, and I'm going to put a towel under there, and then we will start unhooking the sink from the bottom behind the sink basin here. Okay, now to prep for taking it apart, make sure you turn off your water. If you're relying on your water pump, turn your water pump off side so you can relieve the pressure of the water. If you're hooked up to city water, turn off the spigot. Alright, then we'll go back inside and I'll open up the faucet nozzles again just to kind of relieve any extra water. But I am going to understand that there's going to be water. There's going to be water spilled everywhere. There's probably no way around it until we get this project buttoned up. So underneath the cabinet here, behind the two sink basins, we need to remove the hot water and the cold water here. So we're just going to get a tool. If I can't untwist, oh, I can do it by hand. Well, okay, fine. Anyway, take that off, and again, there's going to be water everywhere. Just kind of set that to the side and do the cold water. And set that one to the side. Now up here, this black piece right here needs to be unscrewed as well. I'm probably not going to be able to do that with my hand. No, I'm going to have to get a tool for that, but that needs to come off to release the faucet on the top. Alright, now this should be free. There we go, just pops right out. We'll just clean up this surface right here so that it's ready for the new faucet head. Alright, got the new base of the faucet here installed with the gasket on the bottom. Now we'll go underneath, reverse the process, and secure this from underneath. And then hook up these water lines. Now we'll put the head on here. It comes with a few gaskets. You want to put this all the way down into the base, as far as it'll go down in there like that, and then just turn this to secure it on there. It says just hand tight, you don't need any tools. After you get it all tight on there, you can easily rotate it all the way around. And yes, this one is much, much higher than the other one. Just to give you an example, if I set it next to it at the same height, you can see how much higher the new head is. That will allow for a lot easier to wash bigger items here in the sink. Now, the scary part, turn on the water and see if there's any leaks. I had to turn the air conditioning on here because it's actually getting pretty warm here in Florida. But instead of going outside and turning on the faucet, I'm just going to turn on my water pump here real quick so that I can be nearby and check for leaks both underneath here and at the sink here. Moment of truth. Looking underneath here, I just want to make sure that no water is coming down the side of either of the tubes that I just hooked back up, as well as go underneath and physically look at the threads and make sure that those are not leaking either. Okay, everything looks good underneath. Now we'll just do a test of the water. Turn the cold water on. There we go. Looks good. No leaks. No leaks. Perfect. Hot water. There we go. Looks good. Now the aerator here on the bottom I think is rated at 2 gallons per minute, but this will just simply screw off and I can put my other one back on here in the sink area, which only allows 0.5 gallons per minute. It makes it a lot easier to not waste water when you're doing dishes here in the sink. Just going to carefully remove this by putting some paper towel and a pair of pliers here. There we go. So I'm going to dig out the kayak, the inflatable kayak from the storage in the RV, inflate that out, take it out into the water before the sun sets here. It's been a long time since I've used it and itching to try it out. Also, I think here at this place, this, or one of the beaches over here, is where Morgan, Ziggy, Jackson, and I are going to film our official Christmas picture for our Christmas card magnet sticker package this year. I think this is where we're going to do it. We've got all the Christmas hats and everything. Don't know how it's going to work with the pets wanting to be on camera and all looking at the camera at the same time, but something we got to try, so we'll see how that goes. Alright everybody, well we're gonna go on back to the campground tonight and have a campfire here, and then we'll be heading out early in the morning. First stop is going to be going to a Walmart to find a cooler, and then we'll be living the ice life as far as keeping things cool until we get to Panama City and I get a diagnosis on this fridge. So fingers crossed that it's something easy and simple and they have the part in stock. Otherwise, I will leave you guys with our campfire. Have a good night, guys. Hey guys, this is Jax, my kitty cat. I'm his servant, Eric. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel here on RVing. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up below. Make sure you subscribe, check out all our other videos, and keep following us on the road. Thanks guys.